right, we're starting a new series during the month of November, and we're going to be looking at how to enhance, develop, and grow our relationship with God. That personal one-on-one. And, you know, I listen, I ask Spirit what we're going to do, I get the outline, and I ask for the individual messages. They come, so I know this is, and then I live them, of course, like we all do. And so I know that this is important for us. Okay? All right. So, obstacles are situations of resistance, right? We all are familiar. Obstacles occur when who you are is being resisted by what already is. Like who you are is being resisted by what already is. Normally, when you are lifting in consciousness to a higher, lighter, brighter you, beliefs within you that do not resonate that will come to the surface. And they will create obstacles for you. You know the who do you think you are? Why are you doing that? You're never going to make it. Oh, that's not for you. Do you understand what I'm saying? All those thoughts that you believe within you that are in contradiction to what you're aspiring to become greater of. So, they will show up, and oftentimes, internally we call it chemicalization, where we are now trying to vibrate at a higher frequency and we get all the doubting thoughts, and we wrestle with that. But then there are often times when it goes outer. So chemicalization is the inner reaction that you have to these things, but the obstacles are when they actually form in the world around you. You got it? Like this is an obstacle to my forward motion. So the universe isn't, when you see an obstacle on your path, the universe isn't saying no to your new beginning. You are saying no to your new beginning. This is being created because it's being created out of something you believe. That obstacle is a part of you. So most of us, you know, ideally what we want to do is we want to go within when we have an obstacle. We want to go within ourselves. We want to process. We want to try to heal the belief, figure it out. That takes time. Most of us, especially if it's an outer obstacle, go immediately into, what the heck? I'm now going to fight that obstacle because it's a force outside myself, and I'm going to battle up, I'm going to buck up, and I'm going to... You guys know what I'm saying? Okay. So when we focus on the obstacle as the outer, there is a sense of the power. We have lost our power. It's outside of self. Power outside of self. You guys know what I'm talking about. So I'm going to tell you a story. I know you've probably heard the story, but it's one of my famous stories. About 10 or so years ago, I got one of those lovely little letters in the mail from the government saying you are now being welcomed to come down and participate in jury duty on a federal case. Downtown federal case. I said, oh. And Patrick said, oh, yeah, that means you could be there months, you know, because it's a federal case. It's not a local little mishap. And I called them, and I said, oh, you guys don't understand. I'm talking to the lady, and I'm saying, okay, you don't understand. I'm a minister, been a minister for 30 years. I am trained not to judge. I am trained to understand karma. I am trained to do these things. I can't serve. And she said, well, you have to. And I said, and I was so upset because now this power is coming at me, this outside power, and it brought up a bunch of stuff within me. It brought up past lives of not leaving the courthouse alive. You know, it brought up a lot of stuff. So I'm processing, I'm feeling this pressure coming at me like, I can't be who I am. You cannot be who you are. And I called her again. And I said, you know, I promise you I will abstain from voting. Guaranteed. And if that will hang your jewelry, I'm going to hang it because I won't vote. I can't. I don't have it in me. And so she was kind, and we talked for a long time, and she said, well, look, you have to come down. If you are not accepted, I will you don't have to come back. If you're not accepted, you don't have to come back. All right, God, I don't know what's happening. Oh my God, I don't know what's happening. I'm so upset. Patrick can attest. Of course, he had to drive me down because we're leaving at 5 o'clock in the morning to go to a call downtown Atlanta, some building. I'm crying the whole way. I'm crying. I don't know what's happening. Why am I being put through this? What is happening here? I don't understand it. I know who I am. I know what I'm going to do, and they're going to get mad at me, and they're going to probably throw me in jail. I don't know what's going to happen. So I'm going on and on because I'm in my human state, right? I'm in my human state. So we arrive at the place, and they put us in a room. Patrick got to stay with me, and so there was enough jurors for 2 trials that were going on. And so I just start praying. I'm praying. I'm building my Merkaba, which involves this. I don't care who sees me. I am building my Merkaba. I'm praying, like God help me. And all of a sudden in my inner vision, there is this gigantic, huge golden angel. Oh my God. I mean, for real, for real. I went, what are you doing here? And he said, do you think there's any place where God is not? And I said, yes, here. Yes, I didn't think God would be here. And he goes, God is here. And I saw the energy of God love surrounding the building, and the energy that whoever needed God could find God. Whoever was praying could reach that energy. I went, okay. And then he said to me, it's going to be okay. We've got you. I said, okay. Still sniffling, still praying. So the voice came over, and the lady took half the group to be looked at to be on that trial, right? No, probably 15 minutes later, 15 minutes probably. It was very quick. She came out and she said, okay, the rest of you all, there has been a water leak in the room where you are supposed to go, so you guys can go home. And I went, good job, Angel. With God, everything is possible. And I cried all the way home, but for a different reason. It is the most profound, dynamic, and real experience of God is in the obstacles. God is everywhere. God is everywhere. God is everywhere. And even when I cannot see it, and I couldn't see it because I was experiencing my own personal fears, and they're not going to, I got to be me, I'm already in trouble. I was experiencing all of that, and God was still there in the middle of it. The most dynamic. I will never forget it. I've thanked God repeatedly for it. I sent love to all my past lifetimes that didn't make it out. And honor that there is a system in our government. I'm not saying don't participate. There is a system. Y'all do it. But for me, I cannot. I just can't. So I'm not dissing it. I'm just saying, wasn't that cool? God is everywhere and in every obstacle. And when you keep asking and reaching, it reaches back. You will be reached back too. So, and the obstacles are always of our creations, weren't they? That was of my creation. It's like I was talking to my soul, why? Why did we create this? It's always of us. There's a piece of us somewhere in it for us to be resolved. So, could I have learned my lesson a different way? Absolutely. I could have learned my lesson a different way. There was fear and there was separation around the original thought, so I had to experience fear and separation in the lesson. Do you hear that? There was fear and separation around the original thought, so I had to experience it in the healing of it. So it had to come that way to me. Obstacles will have the flavor of your emotional investment and the belief of a limitation that you are holding, which we just said. When we see and experience obstacles, look for the emotion and look for the message in it, and then look for God. Immediately look, what are my emotions? Obviously, fear and separation were mine. Look for the message. The message is there's a power outside greater than you, and you will once again lose your head. But where is God in this? Where is God in this? Do you hear? So as we're walking through obstacles, and I'm walking through them this in my life today. Is anybody else going through them? Okay. So we can do that to realize, okay, this is a lesson for me. God is everywhere present in all of my creations. There's no place where God is not. And my human self has to move past all of the fears to realize this. We talked about that. So here's what I was going to share. I've been asking God for about 4 or 5 months now. Why do we have to have our hearts broken to learn? Why do we have to go into the depth of sorrow to be taught? And Spirit said this, When we teach a child, and a child is learning, and they ask a question, and they get yelled at in any way, what have we just taught the child? We haven't taught them about the answer to their question. We have taught them that they are not important. We've taught them that they upset their superior. We taught them that they are not allowed to question unless they're given permission. Do you see all the energy that's transferred to us as children? This, instead of, babe, it's not the time or place, give me a minute, I'll get to you in a sec. We don't give them that. We might snap at them. We might do whatever. We are teaching those little humans to expect learning to be difficult, to expect questions to be met with opposition. Do you understand? And when we treat them that way, what are we doing? We're breaking their hearts. We're breaking their innocence and we're breaking their hearts. So the heartbreak at learning is instilled in the beginning and very small levels. Very small levels. If we could teach our children, okay, honey, just a minute. Okay, now you've got my full attention. What you got? La 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 la. Okay, we're good. Ask me another question if you need it. Okay, talk to me later. If we could get into the flow of honoring, then our lessons would come more easily. Our answers could come more honoring. You guys hearing me? So, and I know a lot of us maybe came through the other way because that was the way they taught children. That was the way it was done. The new folks are doing it differently. But if we think about that, we are actually programming them as to how they are going to learn their lessons in the future. It might make us a little more awake and keen to how we are teaching ourselves. Now, you can reteach yourself. We want to regain our innocence. We want to be able to learn as the obstacle appears. We want to be able to say, oh, obstacle, I welcome you. I know you're part of me, and I don't have to get my heart broken to heal this. I don't have to go to the bottom to heal this. I can actually walk right into it to heal it. Do you see the difference? Okay. This has been on my mind for a while. When our focus is on the outer world, our focus is on our will. When an obstacle occurs and our focus is on the outer world and it is more powerful than us, we're in our will. Like, I want my way and you're blocking my way. If we can come back and let our focus come to ourselves, and again, acknowledge the outer I created, now where's our power? It's back in ourself. One of my, have done weddings for years. So one of my grooms insisted that reading from his philosopher, one of his prized philosophers, be read during his wedding. And so we did it. So I wanted to share that with you. Remember, obstacles are created by us. If we can understand that and not break our hearts to heal it, we can move. So this is what his philosopher said. This is Bruce Lee. Be the water making its way through cracks. Do not be assertive, but adjust to the object, and you shall find a way around or through it. If nothing within you stays rigid, outward things will disclose themselves. Now water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend. Be the water. Even with your own obstacles, you can flow if nothing is rigid within you. Does that make sense? If nothing is rigid within you, you can flow. Again, obstacles are always a reflection of how we are growing. It may hurt to acknowledge and realize that we had a hand in that creation. But if I created it, I can recreate it. If I created it, I can erase it. If I created it and it has my stamp on it, it is mine. I can pull it back, I can send it to the universe, I can do anything I need. This is an obstacle I do not need to experience any longer. Is anybody working on one right now in your own life? Yeah. I've got a big one. that's making me work really, really hard. Really hard. When we let go the rigidness within us, when we let go the will, when we let go the what is happening, when we let go, oh my God, again, I did this again. When we let go of all that judgment, when we let it go, pull our will back, pull our power back and say, this is just an experience, then we can see God in every moment, in the obstacle and in what we're feeling. Then miracles can occur and dissolve everything. Miracles will dissolve everything. God is in all of your creations. How does that feel? As we're learning to have that deeper relationship with Creator, that deep space, we can give ourselves permission to learn and grow in gentleness and ease. We can give ourselves permission to rest more. Do you ever do that? When the obstacle appears, do you ever just say, I got to go take a nap? Maybe that's the most powerful thing you can do. To pull back a little bit, to claim your own space a little bit. I'll worry about that tomorrow. I'll think about it again later. But now I'm not going to think about it. I'm going to go over here. When we get into the flow, we're being the water, actually. We're being the water. We're going here, we're going there, and it's still there. But it's not dictating how we behave. You think with my jury story, you think that I was easy to live with during that week before I arrived? I was not. I was carrying the stress of the upcoming doomsday that was upon me. You know? Do we not do that when we carry these obstacles? And then you feel like nobody loves you. Nobody loves me. Well, it's because you have so much stress in your field they can't get to you. And then it just makes it worse. Every obstacle that appears before us is designed to help us release and grow. Now, that doesn't mean you have to welcome them. But it does mean we don't want to reject them. How does that feel? Well, we're going to do a meditation, so it's short and sweet today. Put your feet on the floor. Let's open our hearts. Father, Mother God, we ask that your infinite love and light just descend. And I ask that a beautiful column of light, a beautiful cocoon come over everyone here. Just feel your peace. And I would invite all of you just to notice that cocoon of light over you. And feel the color and the energy. Feel the safety. Feel the presence of Jesus Christ with you now. Just allow yourself to move into that garden of your heart. Just imagine that Jesus can take your hand. Just find yourself standing in that beautiful garden. And there's only light and good. And see what you see. And as you feel your feet on the ground, feel the goodness in your heart. And ask to see the shape of any obstacles that you may be dealing with at this time. There may be one or two. Some are large, some are small. And I want you to become aware as any obstacle appears before you, or you feel it, or you sense it. It is full of your own energy. Carved by a belief you no longer hold. But your essence is in it. Find one that you want to work with now. I ask to retract the emotions of my energy that are in this obstacle. I pull the emotions out and I hand them to the angel that's waiting for them to be healed. So it's just the belief in the obstacle before me now. I choose to see myself greater. I no longer need to learn by this belief. I let the belief go, and I no longer need this obstacle in my world. Feel the light of God moving through as the belief erases, and you can feel the obstacle atrophying or dissolving completely. Whatever is happening in you is perfect. If it does not completely release, go back and visit it later today, tonight, tomorrow. And realize that your focus now leaves the obstacle, and let your focus go to the angel that holds the energy of your emotional being. We ask that the light of the Christ purify those emotions so they become filled with joy and new beginnings. And now you can lift those emotions to your soul. You can put them in your heart. Whatever you need to do, you can send them to God for further purification. What do you want to do with your emotions? Do what you need to do. And now allow your focus just to come back to you standing. Feel your feet. And notice you feel clearer. Just a little clearer. Father, Mother God, we thank you for this. And I want you to look out. If there are any further obstacles before you, say, declare in your heart, God is in every detail. And God supports my choices now. God is in every detail. Take a breath. Feel the clarity in your garden. Feel Jesus by your side. And just very gently feel his energy bringing you back. Coming back down your beautiful little cocoon of light. Safety in the space. Coming back down until you can feel your body sitting in your chair. Father, Mother God, we thank you for expansion, for growth, and for ease. And we celebrate our newness. Feel your love and gratitude to God, to Jesus Christ, to all your angels, and to you for your life. Thank you, God. And when you're ready, you can gently open your eyes. How did you do? Good. Good. Well, now you can do that if something comes up. Take a lunch break and go do that quickly with whatever you're dealing with. And remember, we're all on this journey of humanity becoming divine. And when you go into the studies of Jesus' work, he had obstacles to deal with too. He went through the trials of Heliopolis. He went through the desert experience. And don't you think when he was a young man and he was teaching from his heart and everybody said, you better get out of town or we're going to kill you, do you think he went, yay? He probably went, how do I deal with this? But it prepared him for when he was older and he had to face it for his last journey. We all go through these experiences for our growth, and we become bigger, better, brighter. Yay, God!